All right, thank you very much, Spencer. Well, from the days of its first explorers, Alaska always seems to attract men who are rugged individualists, and whether they're searching for riches or just wide open spaces, make no mistake, there are many more men here than there are women. And as Good Morning America Sunday co-host Willow Bay found out, that leads to an age-old problem: how these men find a bride.
Alaska, it's known for many things: rugged scenery, its independence, and its frontier spirit. But there's one natural resource in the state that's going to waste: an abundance of single men. 1/3 of its 275,000 men are unmarried and looking for Mrs. Right.
So, Keith, what's the problem here in terms of women?
Well, there's not enough of them.
The reason I'm single? Have you ever dated an Alaskan woman?
In an effort to help these modern-day Davy Crockett's, Susie Carter started AlaskaMen magazine in her own kitchen 7 years ago.
We had so many single friends, single dads that wanted to find wives. We just thought maybe the best thing to do would do something like a giant garage sale of men.
For each issue, Carter selects 100 of Alaska's most eligible men. The magazine's profiles offer a glimpse of the bachelor's personality, while the photos reveal their more obvious assets. So it's no surprise that it was an immediate hit with women looking for love in the lower 48 states. Sean Bobbitt appeared on one of the magazine's covers and caught the eye of Susie's daughter, Cheryl.
He has really beautiful eyes, and of course he's very handsome.
Cheryl and Sean, and now their son, are one of the magazine's success stories. It boasts 3 to 5 marriages a month.
What about your most recent cover?
That's Brian Smith, and a super nice guy. He's well-trained. He has lots of sisters, so he knows how to treat girls, and I like that.
What was the response like?
He said he's gotten a couple hundred.
So even after all we've heard, I'm still skeptical. Can there really be that many single Alaskan men?
Yeah!
That was a resounding yes. Coming up, we will meet some of the most eligible bachelors in Alaska, including one who posed for the centerfold with his pet wolf. We'll be back from Alaska in just a moment. Now for my favorite spot of the day, the overabundance of Alaskan men. And we have 3 men joining us this morning, bachelors all. Bachelor number 1, Jim Patton, graces the cover of the upcoming issue of AlaskaMen magazine. He's a real estate agent and part-time boxing promoter. Bachelor number 2, Brian Smith, who's also appeared on the cover. He's housing director at the University of Alaska Southeast Sitka campus. Oh, a whole lot of girls there. And part-time fisherman. And bachelor number 3, Wayne Whaley, is a land surveyor. 4 years ago, he appeared as the magazine's centerfold. Did the staple hurt? Anyway, along with his wolf, Kima. And I think Kima's also here with us somewhere this morning. And welcome to all of you. Well, let me start with you, Wayne, since this was 4 years ago when you were in the centerfold. What kind of a reaction did you get?
It's pretty overwhelming. I'd been leading a pretty quiet life out in Wasilla and up on my homestead in Talkeetna, and got quite a bit of response. I didn't meet anybody special. I ended up meeting a lifelong Alaskan in Wasilla, and we kind of met through the magazine, so it worked for me.
But a lot of women called and a lot of women wrote. Did any of them move to Alaska because of their contact with you?
Yeah, I think I didn't keep count, but I think there's at least 20 or 30 that I was talking to and writing letters with that did move up here, and a lot of them were mainly interested in Alaska.
Huh.
So.
Not in the men, huh?
Well,
come on.
Lifestyles.
Brian, this is kind of an unusual way to meet women. Is it that hard to meet women in Alaska?
Well, I come from a real small community, Sitka, which viewers are going to get an opportunity.
That's right. We're on our way there.
To visit tomorrow, yeah. So it's a little bit different for me, you know, not being from Anchorage. I'm not
around a whole lot of women, yeah.
To a lot of women, yeah. Sitka has about 8,000 people, and fishing also, you know, my part-time profession obviously doesn't put me in contact with many women, so.
Jim, do you have any, how do you explain this fascination with Alaskan men? And are you really different, or is it a difference in the people up here?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the mystique of Alaska, the perceived rugged individualism, and people up here, I don't think they're that much different, but I think the lower 48 perceives Alaska vastly different.
All right, now, there are some other men out here in our audience who have been on this cover, this AlaskaMen magazine, and apparently they found their women. Who's been on, right here, can we have you stand up? And who else? We have another couple also right here. Okay, both of you stand up. I'll do you first. Now, when were you on? How many years ago?
That was probably with one of the first issues of AlaskaMen's magazine.
All right. What was it about this phone call or this letter that made you choose this lady?
Well, this lady saw me on the Oprah AlaskaMen segment.
So the Alaska magazine got you on Oprah. She saw you on Oprah, so it worked.
It did work, yes.
And this was the picture that he sent me. Now, that wouldn't make you stand up.
Okay, come over here. Does anybody want to get a camera over here? Wait a minute, you send out pictures with the letters? They want to see the goods, huh?
With this one I did.
Did the women send pictures back so that
Oh,
you...
yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yes, yes.
You like sort through them on the kitchen table?
More or less, yes.
All right,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
thank you. And your name?
Linda.
Linda, all right. Now, our couple number 2, because you were one of those bachelors on the magazine, what's your name?
Ron Missler.
All right, and did you meet your lady here through the magazine?
I sure did.
Yeah? What was it about that letter or that phone call?
Well, it's kind of hard to say. I just kind of liked what I saw.
Yeah? Is it true? I mean, what is it about Alaskan men? Are they more rugged or have rough edges or more adventurous?
All the above.
All of the above. Now, are you from Alaska?
I'm from Texas, born and raised there.
So you came here responding to this letter. So the system works. Where do you get in this magazine? Now, we got a whole lot of other men here. I just want to show you something first, because there's a T-shirt here, and it says on it, Alaska Men. The odds are good, but the goods are odd.
What did it say?
I don't know. Is there any truth to that, women? All right. Now, we want to stand up, the guys right here in the front row, because all these guys in the front row here, go ahead, stand up. I think you've all been on the cover, or you've been in the magazine, but they're still looking. So what's your name?
Steve 80,
Yeah. What do you do?
boot and saddle maker.
Okay, what's your name?
Tom Sutherland.
What you do?
I have a cabinet shop.
All right, what do you do?
Bob Kirkmeyer, meat cutter and wrangler.
Okay.
Scott Jenkins and grocery clerk and head wrangler at Snowy Mountain Ranch.
Head wrangler. All right, they're all available, girls. Call her right here. Charlie?